Hello. Sorry it's been a few days since my last video. My last video is like a 9-minute drunken rant on Kansas. I'm a bit embarrassed I even posted it, but on this channel, man, we keep it raw and we keep it real, man. So I'd had like 10 or 11 beers and I just wanted to talk about Kansas, but I want to talk about something different today. Anyway, man, so we just saw the 38th anniversary of one of the most polarizing records in metal history, the infamous Turbo from 1986. I don't even have to tell you who did it, not just because you read the title, but, you go up to any metal fan and say Turbo, and they're like, ah, or they say, oh, it's underrated. I guess some people say that now. But yeah, man, so this is like same year as Rain and Blood, Pleasure to Kill, Darkness of Sins, More Revisions, Obsessed by Cruelty, fucking obviously Master of Puppets, list goes on, man. But it was also the same year as like Madonna, True Blue, and Wang Chung, Everybody Have Fun Tonight. And I think Wham, Make It Big is 86, or that might be 85, I don't know, but a bunch of stuff like that, so Turbo musically, kind of exists in between those worlds where, metal bands were doing like the pastel colors and all that shit, man. Ozzy was getting pretty damn goofy. Motley Crue released Theater of Pain in 85, man. A lot of bands, they saw the dollar signs flashing, that's how you get shit like Dio, Sacred Heart, and all that stuff, man. Now, I will say Maiden with Somewhere in Time, that album rules, man, and I think that's better than any record that Priest put out in the 80s, so yeah, cry about it, man, cry about it. But I'm wondering, how does Turbo hold up after all these years, man? So I am not a 55-year-old man, so I can't really speak on any sort of betrayal that people in 1986 may or may not have felt at the time. And I'll admit, man, I am a fan of a lot of heavily maligned, criticized albums. I love Kiss the Elder, man. I like Rush, Power Windows a lot. Hold Your Fire, I like that a lot. But man, Turbo takes things a little too far for me, man. It's not a total wash or anything, but I've always felt like this album was sort of like the culmination of the hints of commercial pop metal they had on something like side 2 of Defenders, And I know that's considered blasphemous, man, because a lot of people, that's their favorite Priest. But dude, you gotta admit, Defenders of the Faith, as much as I enjoy a lot of the stuff on it, man, there's a few tunes on that record that I don't think nobody would even care about if they weren't Judas Priest songs. And in recent years, with like Rob Halford kind of becoming like the based leather meme daddy, you got tons of young people getting obsessed with Priest, man. And Turbo has been kind of reevaluated. I've literally seen these kids on Facebook nowadays being like, oh, you're an elitist if you don't like Turbo, but these same people would probably laugh at you if you liked Whitesnake or Motley Crue or Dokken, but hate to break it to you, man, but Turbo is taking its cues from that sort of thing, this ain't no Sad Wings of Destiny, I mean, around British Steel is when Priest kind of started going for like a fun commercial sound anyway, man. You even see it a little bit on the fucking Killing Machine / Hellbent for Leather, depending on where you're from. You got to Take on the World, which is not the best Priest song at all. But, they started to get a little more commercial anyway, man. I've always said the 80s Priest is kind of for like cruising around town drinking, driving around, drinking Miller Lite. You're hanging out with some hoes in Panama City Beach, man. You're at a Hooters, chowing down on some wings. And I say that as someone who enjoys a great deal of the material, man. But Turbo just does not hit the mark for me, man. I revisit it every few years just to see if I've warmed up to it. But, 70s Priest just smokes it, man. And, Maiden smokes it too, man. Sorry. I know there's a big rivalry. But, yeah, Somewhere in Time's better. Sorry. Now, let's go over the record, man. So, Turbo Lover is a song that I never got into this song too much, man. I think the band should retire it, maybe replace it with Locked In and their set list. Now, Locked In, it is one of the gayer songs in the Priest catalog. I don't mean that in a homophobic sense. It's just kind of a gay song, like, you drive me crazy with that cock, But that's actually my favorite song on the record, believe it or not, man. I do enjoy Private Property. That's a fun tune. But, man, even the fan favorite Out in the Cold, man, those synthesizers, man, they're like fucking Genesis Abacab, man. Frankly, I think Abacab's better. I mean, I like Genesis Abacab, man. But you don't want to hear Judas Priest sound like that, man. But, you know, so it's not the worst record in the world. It's not even the worst Judas Priest record. But, you know, I don't really get why. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people say that it's like in their top 5. I've even seen a few people on the internet say it's the best Priest album. And I don't see it, man. But, you know, what are your thoughts on Turbo, man? Are you a defender or a detractor? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe.